Ooh,
There it is.
recording.
Hello. Welcome to Genuine Wrestleboys, a podcast of four friends made better friends through a love of professional wrestling. I'm Derek.
Matt.
Good. Wait, wrong podcast. My bad. I'm Esai. Hello.
Howdy, I'm Nello, guest of the show.
Hello, Nello, guest of the show.
Howdy.
You can still be a wrestle boy, but
You're an honorary wrestle boy.
Thank
if you want to
Thanks.
be, like,
Wonderful.
I don't know if that's a
We're not
cool title or whatever.
we're gonna be a big old fucking thing of Baja Blast.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Oh, I like the in the fucking
10 years
glass
ago, that would have
stein.
10 years ago that would have just been an AMF.
That's when I knew you most.
That's all
so
Esai used to drink.
Oh, Incredible Hulk.
You guys were the guys that you and Tyler were the ones that introduced me to Flaming Dr. Peppers.
Yeah.
God damn, we really used to drink the same, didn't we? Those are all horrendous drinks.
Yeah,
My favorite was Mind Erasers because it was just like stacked full of hell.
Yeah.
And we would just be like, how many Mind Erasers can we drink before we pass out at Lost Lake? Like, let's see.
I did Mind
Jesus.
Erasers this last year at Suds during football season, so
Oh, man.
I'm still making poor decisions. It's just like during football.
Brings it out of you.
Hey, go Pack, go!
But yeah, Nello is with us today. Zack could not make it. We were gonna have Nello on anyway too, so because Nello rocks.
And Nello,
Yes.
you can hear on the Good Match Show,
Yeah.
Mhm.
which is a beautiful branch on the wrestling tree family that we're all a part of here.
And you can
Yeah.
see him do a bunch of fake drugs in a movie he made, Phantom Mary.
The Phantom Menace, you
I
made
got a
that?
whole bunch of shit.
The Amenaza
I actually made a
Fantasma?
Phantom Menace, so
Damn.
it was a lot of work, but I'm happy we got it done, So
Nice. Phantom Mary.
Nello's
I'm sorry.
also a filmmaker, and he's awesome.
That rocks. Yeah, you're listening to us on the Eavesdrop Podcast Network. Check out all the shows. Go to ease-drop.com, jizz.biz if you're nasty. Yeah,
Is.
let's
Go to
get
bit.ly/suck your own. Get yourself a book from Audible. We don't need to go through it every time, but I kind of just like saying it. Fuck Jeff Bezos. Take money out of his pocket. Take money out of his pocket, and then listen to your book. Educate yourself on whatever you want.
I'm gonna be like the other guy on Dark Side of the Ring the last episode and break kayfabe. This is the second time we've done this, and I forgot about the Audible thing again.
Audible.com
Yeah,
/wrestle.
I guess I never say it, so I always forget about it. I have like my things in my head.
I gotta say,
Yes.
real quick before we get going. If you're only listening to the audio version of this, you're missing
You're
Derek
not missing
being
anything.
cast in beautiful. You're missing Derek being cast in beautiful golden hour light.
Yeah, Keith Lee's here.
I'm getting a nice little flare.
My friend Keith Lee.
Nice.
He's here. I'm basking in his glory.
It looks like somebody opened the.
I always thought his name was Keith Lee.
It looks like someone
One
opened
word.
the Pulp Fiction briefcase right next to you.
It's
And
good.
it's Keith Lee in it.
That's beautiful. Keith Lee's in the briefcase.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as it looks okay, I'll leave that
Nello.
window open. Nello.
Let's
I love it.
let's start with you.
What
Yeah.
about me?
Who are you?
Yeah, why
who the hell do
are
you
why
think
are
you
you
are?
here?
Well, my first name is Agnello, and it means little lamb, and my last name is DeAngelis, and that means of the angels. So my name's Little Lamb of the Angels. I guess that's where we could start.
Is Nello
So-
here? Is that Nello?
Beautiful.
I sounded like you were yelling at a dog real quick. Like, is that Nello?
No, that's just how I talk when I
Huh?
get excited. It's the
I
same.
always respond really well to dog talk, and I don't know what that says about me, but I'm always like, yeah, always eager to speak. So, but
Got good ears.
yeah, I don't know. I guess on the last one, I got asked how I got into wrestling. I loved it as a kid. I stopped watching around.
Why? Is it 'cause
2004.
you're
Got
uncool?
back into it. Yeah, I fucking hated Carlitos so much, and
I put my headphones
I guess-
on at that time. I was like fucking around with shit, And I'm like, oh, he's going off on Carlito.
Just shooting hard. Carlito tweets and you guys, what the fuck, man? I was a huge fan of the show.
Yeah.
I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool.
But yeah, I work in film now, sort of just freelance, and I fucking hate watching movies now as a result. So I just always watch wrestling instead. I have all the actors that I ever work with watch wrestling. I have the crew. The last film we shot in New York, after every day we'd shoot 12 hours and we'd watch Bloodsport, we'd watch BJW death matches or GCW or something like that. And everyone but my sound guy fucking loved it. He could not stomach it whatsoever. So yeah, I absolutely love wrestling. It's my favorite. So I'm very happy to be here with the rest of it.
How many different promotions do you regularly keep up with?
I mean, I try to keep up with pretty much everything. Just like in general, as like from Mexico, Zona 23, CMLL, The Crash, AAA. From Japan, there's like 30 fucking companies. All the Joshi, BJW, 2AW is my new favorite. DDT, Wrestle One when it was around, 01's the new favorite. You know, I really, really like the Japanese freelance shows the most. I think are probably my favorite. That and GCW, of course.
Wow, hell yeah.
Well, yeah, so.
I guess I better quit doing a podcast because I barely watch an hour a week. 2 hours. NXT's 2 hours now.
I think that's all you really need sometimes, especially if it's WWE. Just try to limit it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any other questions, Esai?
No, what's your favorite match you've seen in the last week?
Oh my God. I rewatched the recent 2AW match of Chongo and Kaji Tamato versus Yoshida and Tank Nagai for the 2AW Tag Team Championship. Has the most innovative pin roll-ups I've ever seen by Tomato. He's just old. It's like two old like comedic wrestlers, one dressed like a tomato, versus like these two badass young aces, and it's just like trickery and one-upsmanship and brutality, and oh, it's great. It's on the Wrestling Genius subreddit that Chris Hero just started.
Oh, hell
And,
yeah.
that sounds sick.
That sounds rad.
And then what about the match that was 30 minutes of staring?
Holy shit, the Goshi is
The Noah one.
Oh, it's so good. I think you show that to an actor, and if you can retain that attention for that long, and I know we disagreed on the match, but there's something about that psychology, and yes, you wouldn't happen in a real fight, but I don't think wrestling's ever a real fight, and that was innovation, and you would never do that with a crowd. So I'm all about these Japanese matches that are just really branching out and doing wild shit in these empty arenas.
That sounds interesting as hell.
Yeah, it's on YouTube, and then there's also
Not as interesting as you think.
Oh, it's so good. There's a 60-minute six-man tag from All Japan Wrestling too, with Ayagi, Jake Lee, and Shuji Ishikawa versus Zeus Suwama and Kento Miyahara, and it's essentially the All Japan equivalent of if you paired John Cena with Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton, Seth Rollins, and Daniel Bryan. Like, there's so much fucking history packed in there. There's so many different storylines going on, and these guys wrestle like they're never going to be able to wrestle again. Just amazing. Yeah. There's been a lot of cool stuff in the empty arena things happening in Japan. So I'm really
That's
happy
sick.
about it.
I'm glad because New Japan's not doing anything, right?
No, nothing.
Yeah, so that's cool that there are other promotions still going, still doing stuff. That rocks.
Yeah. It's sweet.
Matt, how you been?
Myself?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm doing all right. It's just a fucking absolute crazy time.
Mhm.
But no, it's good. You get your ups and your downs. But all in all, not so bad. Let's see. I have something that I would like to, I guess, bring to the table. And this is gonna sound like I'm joking. I'm not.
Okay.
But I was telling Nello the first time we were recording through this too I was telling you guys last week or whatever, 2 weeks ago, that I've just been going through and watching the pay-per-views from WrestleMania 20 to WrestleMania 21. And it has been really, really interesting as an adult revisiting the character of Eugene.
Oh no.
Well, no, so because in my head I'm like, yeah, that's such a dark time in the history of wrestling, of the post Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era stuff. But it's really interesting watching it because I'm remembering why when I was younger I really liked Eugene, not in an ironic haha way. And I still think that the way he portrayed that character, which I do not agree with, I do not agree that it should have been there at all. But the like naivety and like just the love of wrestling that he had, I thought it really did bring an energy to those pay-per-views that was like enjoyable. I don't know, like it's
that was almost
conflicting.
like a weird, like almost like pure type of energy.
Exactly. It's just like this guy loves being here, and he was over with the crowd in that way too. Of like,
I've listened to a lot of interviews with him because like Nick Dinsmore
yeah,
/ Eugene is always kind of fascinated me because like before Eugene, like his character was like he's the fucking good wrestler, like he's the fucking technical guy going in there beating everybody. And then like he got given Eugene. Also, he was Doink the Clown once.
was he?
That's
Yeah,
wild.
do you remember the weird like bar room brawl like the APA had, and the Easter Bunny was in it, and like he was Doink the Clown in that.
Like,
but,
in no way would I recommend anyone go back and watch this match, but I think it was from like Judgment Day 2004.
him and Triple H from SummerSlam.
No,
Oh,
him.
God.
It was him and Jonathan Coachman, right? Not anything to write home about, except it sucked. I mean, as a wrestling match, it sucked. But I was still really into whatever that pure, like love wrestling energy that he was bringing. Made me very conflicted.
But
I feel
one
like
of the things,
go
I was gonna say, one of the things that he was saying in these interviews is that like there's just always just a ton of kids, especially ones that are affected with certain things, that just fucking loved him. He was their hero, and like he said that actually really meant a lot. Like he can like kind of like portray that for people and give like kids and everybody just like this little bit of hope and like this love of something too. Because like there'd be people that would be like their parents just like, hey, like this kid loves you because he's like sees somebody else that's like affected by something.
Yeah.
And like it meant a lot to a lot of kids. And like he got like all misty eyed in this one interview I saw. I'm like, wow, that like it's kind of cool that like, he was leaning into that instead of like being extra shitty, which you can easily do.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, with WWE, I feel like it's always that bizarro world where anytime there is a sort of pure energy, because I definitely remember that Eugene energy and loving him as a kid as well. It's like Eugene's character, Zack Gowen, or like Apollo Crews crying this past like last Monday. It's like in any other company would be like a genuine moment of like, wow, this is what love is, this is what emotion is. But in Vince's company, it's like, look at this dipshit. And that's what I think about it. Yeah. It's always like, oh, if you're real emotional, it's like, then you're a buster. And like, that's what sucks about it. Where you're
gonna cry, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I know that I'm connecting with it, but that's not what their intention is with it. That I'm supposed to be laughing at it.
Totally. And that's 100% what it is, where it's like even though that feeling is being conveyed, there still is the idea of like, oh no, Eugene's the punchline. And not necessarily like Jonathan Coachman's the punchline, or it's not reversed in that way necessarily. He's meant to be laughed at. Which
I think it's supposed to, like, it's yes, I think A is supposed to be laughed at, but B, he always kind of got like over on people, especially like Bischoff and shit at that time.
Yeah, they got their comeuppance. Yeah, Eugene always won in the end.
He did, and
but it
like,
was still like none of it holds up.
No, but even like the WrestleMania, where like Muhammad, I think it was like Dabari, I think Muhammad Hassan or whatever, were in the ring, and then like they're picking on him, and then like Hogan comes out, and everybody's like, "Oh shit, it's Hogan!" And like then he like posed with Eugene and everything. It's like the character of Eugene like didn't get as fucking bad bully as you think it would with WWE,
Right.
like bullying legit, like Mauro Ranallo, for instance, by multiple people. JBL's just whole existence.
Yeah, right. Every single thing JBL ever did.
Yeah. And so it's one of those weird things to look back at. Eugene is such a weird time. Like, even trying to, like, I don't want to ever explain that character to people.
You had to explain him to me when we saw him at Prestige.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You saw him live.
He toned down a lot of things.
Oh, I have to imagine. I certainly hope he's not still playing that character. Does he wrestle as Nick Dinsmore now?
No, he wrestles as Eugene.
That's Gene.
Oh, that's okay. Well, I hope he's not playing it the same way. That's crazy.
It didn't feel that way from what I remember. Not as bad as what I've heard.
Yeah. Well, going into it, like, when was rewatching it, and then like he popped up. I was like, oh no, I forgot about Eugene. Oh, this is gonna be really cringy. And while it was, there was still that part that I was like, oh, there's a small amount of nuance that he's bringing to this character that I'm actually still really drawn to. I don't know.
I think he did the best he could with the situation that he was in, and I think a lot of it comes down to Nick Dinsmore as a person.
Yeah, he seems like a pretty all right guy. I watched a couple interviews with him.
Trying to do right by it, like not be like over the top and like an asshole. So
yeah.
How are you?
Yeah, how are y'all doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Like I thought I would take this quarantine to watch a lot of shit. I haven't watched a lot of shit. I haven't watched any like TV series. I thought this was the time to binge watch The Sopranos. I haven't been doing that. I watched the Beach Boys movie with Paul Dano.
The Love and Mercy?
Yeah.
What'd
Paul
you think?
Dano. It was excellent. I love Paul Dano. I feel weird
John
talking
Cusack
to a
too.
filmmaker about films I like, but
No, please.
I think Paul Dano is a treasure. I volunteered on Saturday, which was nice. Ooh. On Sunday, I dug out some stuff from my garden. Well, I helped my roommates do it. And we're gonna plant a garden in my backyard.
I love that, dude. Hell
I've been doing some physical work. It's nice.
Nice.
Yeah. It's better than just fucking watching TV all day.
Right.
Says you, asshole.
I mean, it's better for me. It's better for my brain.
Just kidding.
It's better for my brain.
No, I 100% agree with you.
I'm in like halfway through the second season of The Wire. Like, oh, so I'm the asshole now. Thanks,
No.
sure.
That is. I always forget about about watching The Wire. Maybe that's.
Oh my god, so good. It's like
I'm gonna pivot. I'm gonna pivot.
No, I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah. How are you, Esai?
Yeah, Esai, how you doing?
I'm all right today. I'm up and down. This shit's real weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like,
for sure. I imagine.
Everything that it is like a lot of what I went through, so I'm just like fucking like petrified over certain things.
Yeah.
But, working from home, I'm playing a lot of music.
Nice.
I recorded a bunch of songs, and then I also recorded like the third song that OB ever wrote, like redid it.
Oh, damn.
Oates Family Christmas?
No, not the Oates Family Christmas.
Shit.
But I just like randomly said it to everybody.
Is
like,
Gabe gonna do vocals?
I hope so. But I changed some things, and it just sounds like new Bring Me the Horizon.
Wait, you like Coldplay?
No, the like new word, but not that new.
Oh, okay. Not
like Coldplay.
I have. Yeah. Do we ask Nello how you were, Nello?
I'm okay. Yeah. I was laughing because I like literally last night I was Googling Ricky Shane Page GCW Bring Me the Horizon theme song, and I couldn't remember which one it was.
What song is it?
Like, Can You Feel My Heart? And I was just like, God damn it!
That's song. Pete Gunn's old theme song too.
Damn.
I liked two songs.
Chelsea Grin or Chelsea Smile.
Chelsea Smile, and then the one with the dude from D's Nuts.
Oh my god.
Those were the songs that I liked.
And also then B. Priestley comes into Bring Me the Horizon song 2 in Stardom.
Dude, what's crazy is so like I hadn't listened to Bring Me the Horizon since, 2008 or 9.
As you should.
Well, and then that does not hold up either.
Oh,
no. But their new stuff, I never would have guessed. You turned on any of their new stuff, and it just sounds like fucking wrestle rock, dude.
You got to go to the next one. And the next one, they like wrote like a chill wave album. Like, I'm not kidding.
Are you even kidding me right now? That blew me away. But hey, you know what? Make your money. That's what I say. Yeah. That's what I say. I say make your money. That's what I feel about Fall Out Boy. Their new music is not for me, but it was not meant for me.
Oh my god! Yeah. Every single Fall Out Boy new song is just a WrestleMania theme. I swear, it's crazy. It's like
100%.
WrestleMania theme music.
Oh, yeah. Can we talk about how the fucking Raw theme song sounds like it's trying so hard to be Imagine Dragons, but it's not?
Yeah, it's like the alien youth trying to be Imagine Dragons.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's a very specific reference. I had a skillet phase.
Well, yeah, dude. That's the thing. I can't with skillet. I can't do them. But
never gonna keep me there. Never keep me.
Yeah, it sounds like what you'd hear in like a dive bar in Garden City.
Oh,
yeah. Down over at the ranch. Drinking the fucking check this out, y'all. The genuine Wrestleboys check out brand. We dropped a new ale on y'all.
yeah.
Check out our new beer.
We got the genuine Wrestleboy IPA.
It actually tastes like shit, though.
No, it's actually a fine pilsner. It's Miller Lite.
Ah, yeah.
Please sponsor us.
I do have a quick question before we get into it.
Let's do
So
it.
they're making that Hulk Hogan movie with Chris Hemsworth, all right?
Allegedly.
For one, Hemsworth is too hot to play Hulk Hogan. But here we go. This is a fun game for me, at least. Let's do some casting. Who should be Vince? Who should play Macho Man Randy Savage?
Oh man.
Ben Mendelsohn.
Ooh.
What's he from?
Let me make sure it's who I think it is.
Killing Him Softly. He was the main villain in Rogue One.
Oh.
Yeah.
He can totally pull off that hair, and he can do any sort of low, mean voice.
Oh man, yeah, okay.
That is
Who should play
perfect.
a young Vince?
The first one that popped in my head is that fucking dude who plays Loki. I don't know why. Tom Hiddleston.
Oh.
I don't know why that popped in my head. I could be wrong, but that's just what popped in my head.
Menacing but seductive. He's like he convinces you. But
I say
Exactly.
you pivot hard and go comedy. You go Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn. Well, that's gonna say whoever they get needs to deeply understand the love of a good fart joke. That needs to be internalized. I think in order for them to pull out
to
the
be
energy
Adam
that they need
Sandler,
to.
and it can't be anyone besides Adam Sandler.
I love it.
Rob Schneider plays Shane. I'm in.
Dude, Rob Schneider is a young Vince, though. Think about it.
Nope, I don't want to.
No, I am not fucking thinking about Rob Schneider. I remember one time he tweeted at Devin about like some anti-vax shit because we were bored like after playing a show in Seattle. It was fucking weird.
Yeah, he's not someone I wouldn't want to be on his radar.
I was tweeting Denny's a lot then too. It was a weird time in my life. Shout out Denny's.
That's field, but I would have. Has anyone seen Game of Thrones?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so the fucking uncle from like the naval, the island, right? The mean ass uncle.
Yeah.
He'd be fucking Macho Man. He is a crazy son of a bitch. He's got that beard. He can do the voice. The thing about wrestlers and casting people as wrestlers is that no one really fits it because no one fucking looks like a wrestler. So you have to like blow everyone up.
Especially like in the 80s when everybody like was like these wild ass fucking characters. Whereas today you just get any fucking person, you can kind of get a wrestler. I mean, like Randy Orton looks like it's like a random biker you'd see. A little hotter because he has good ass.
Or Janello from Magic Mike could play Macho Man too because you already know he could get that body work. So I'm just also thinking of like what kind of character work you have to do to go into the mind of Vince, and that's terrifying. Like you're like, okay, so I fucking hate burritos. I don't like squeezing.
But I eat burritos every day.
Yeah, it's just like that's fucked up. I just like I don't know what to do. This guy doesn't make sense. So
you would. Yeah, seriously.
He gets weirdly sentimental, but like also like does like things that are very cold. Like when CM Punk walked out, he's like, "You don't mean that. That's just a concussion talking. Come here, give me a hug." Like Punk even said, like Vince went in for the hug and he was just bawling and like fucking like, "That's just a concussion talking." Jesus. And then all of a sudden, he's like, "All right, well, we're losing some money over here. It's not gonna look good in stocks. Fire 40% of the company and send in my coffee. Thank you."
Man, Titus survived those cuts. And I was like, I didn't realize that Titus survived the cuts until I saw Raw. And I was like, good for him. And
I think it'd be the worst to get rid of him because they don't probably pay him much. But like the publicity that he brings to the company, he's
so
a great brand ambassador.
He really is. He really is.
And he's just a good dude.
Yeah. But no, that is surprising that they would let it's not necessarily surprising, I guess, to think that they let Rusev go because of all the rumors that he wanted to be
I think he wanted out anyway, so.
Yeah, which would make sense. Otherwise, it'd be like, how is Titus still here? And Rusev had to go. or fucking Gallows and Anderson.
So I think there's a lot of people that think Vince is evil. I just think he's fucking weird because I don't think there was any evil intentions in his head. In his head, he's like, oh, business is hurting to the stock, so I got to make that better. You guys are gone. What's next on my plate?
Yeah.
It's not even like an evil thing, more so just like he's so cold.
I imagine he was just looking at who was making what and where they could just kind of trim that fat from.
And why are Gallows and Anderson making $750?
Yeah, right. Because I feel like when they were mad, they were just mad dashing to throw cash at people to not leave. That kind of caught up with them.
Bennett should not have been getting $500 a year.
No.
Right.
And like, yeah. And I kind of feel like maybe it wasn't him who made the decisions. People probably presented him with the data, and he was like, oh, let me look over this.
Yeah, it's probably just based on numbers.
Yeah.
And they spelled disaster for Samoa Joe at Sacrifice.
Oh, man.
I love Scott Steiner.
I'll say this, man.
Some wrestling.
Speaking of Samoa Joe, hearing him on Monday Night Raw this week was really, really sweet. I love that guy.
So much better than Lawler. Like, instantly,
God.
like you can listen to it and you're like, oh, there's no racism in this.
But yeah, and you're not kind of on edge the whole time. Like, when's he gonna say something real shitty?
Yeah.
Did you hear what Lawler's excuse was for the whole thing on his podcast?
I heard
They were talking about. He was like, basically, I was supposed to say that, and then everyone else was supposed to call me out for it, but they didn't. So I just looked like a dick. And I was
Okay.
what the fuck? In the past, I love like how just like
it's like
it's their fault.
Alley-oop. And it's just like I would never accept that. I'd be like, get the fuck away from me. I'm not playing into this. So
yeah, I said all that shitty stuff because I was expecting y'all to tell me it was shitty.
Yeah, I was trying to play up my character, guys. So fuck you. Huh. You're the racist one, not me.
He's gonna do fucking.
Looking at you, Byron.
Cornette for TNA pretty soon. I'm calling it right now.
Oh,
TNA's gonna come back. It's gonna be Lawler and Cornette.
Yeah.
Can't you just fucking pretend? That's still my favorite fucking line.
They're both just saying. I was gonna say they're both just saying racist shit, waiting for one of them to call each other out, and they're like, "Come on, man!"
Yeah.
No, they would just try to one up each other on edgy shit.
Oh.
Which is such a bummer because when I first found out about Cornette, I was like, oh, like some of his takes on wrestling, besides like Joey Ryan's ruining the business, like I guess his brain. Him on Dark Side of the Ring he's an encyclopedia
of what used to be, but he cannot fucking let any of that go.
No.
I also he's a shoot interview legend, and as everyone knows, I love shoot interviews. I have watched hours of him talk about shoot interviews. And still, like I said, my favorite line is Tony talking about WWE creative, and they shaved the guy to see how he looked bald.
Oh yeah.
He's like, well, can't you fucking pretend?
Dude, but I will say my favorite part of any of those Dark Side of the Rings is when you got fucking when he gets rolling on his fucking I hate Vince Russo train, and it just is. He's brilliant with words when he wants to be, because I was just like, man, that man has strung together some sentences of fucking vitriol.
It wasn't us, man. Bro, it was standards and practices, bro. I didn't do anything. It was the boys and their creative control, bro.
The only thing I know is that in my life I will live at least one day longer than Vince Russo so I can stand over his grave and take a piss. It's just like, oh man,
that is one of the best things, and only
Cornette talks like he's actually in an episode of Zeke, I feel like.
Wrestling's a fucking game of characters, I don't know. Not all of them are fucking.
Most of them are not okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Sometimes characters are not welcome.
Yeah, fuck you. You would say that word. I don't want to fucking watch Psych.
Dude, actually, that holds up. Psych and Monk, they're all right.
How about Bird Notice?
Dude, Bird Notice was all right.
Why did you watch all the USA shows?
Dude, we were a USA family. But also, I'll say this: you put Bruce Campbell in anything, and you boys watch it.
My favorite SNL skit for a while was a game show hosted by Bill Hader because he's the best. and it was just he's like, all right, the name of the game is name anything about Burn Notice.
Yeah.
And it's like it's been on for like 8 seasons, won a lot of awards. Name something about it. Everybody lost.
That's great. All right,
I
should we
feel like
go ahead?
yes. I was gonna say yes,
Get
yes.
into it.
No, I was gonna say I feel like it's pretty obvious that there's not much wrestling to talk about other than the two. I mean, there's a couple things,
Yeah.
Derek, such as
Should we get into? Do you want to start with AEW? Was there anything from that of note?
Well, did you guys watch SmackDown last week at all?
Oh,
no, I listened to the recap of it, but I mean
Yeah.
SmackDown.
No, did you watch SmackDown?
Oh yeah, I wish I didn't.
Yeah, I don't remember much about it.
Dolphin Otis
fucking
had their blow off, right?
yeah, no, Forgotten Sons. I think it was Wesley Blake. Wesley
Blake.
fucking pinned Kofi Kingston. But last year he was the WWE champion.
Yeah.
The
man.
show also opened with a 20-minute Daniel Bryan and King Corbin match that ended in a DQ. It was just full of surprises. What a fucking show, SmackDown.
I will say though,
my God.
I loved Bryan in his promo because like it's fucking like Corbin's super cheesy and then like super matter of factly Bryan's just like, dude, you had that and you lost.
Yeah.
And then it's just like that like last like 5 minutes of Baron Corbin talking just were like, oh cool, so that was a waste of time.
Dude, yeah.
Also, it may have been just like whatever I was doing at that time while watching SmackDown. Just a thought, like 'cause it ended with a DQ finish, and then Bryan got thrown through the ladders at the side of the stage, at the entrance ramp, and just like there's a guy that's fucking pretending to be a king, Shinsuke Nakamura, who's like this weird like fucking quote unquote artist. This guy who comes out like he's James Bond, like looking at this fucking little like vegan tree hugger that's like collapsed in a ladder.
Right.
Wrestling is fucking weird.
Dude, yeah. Yeah. I seriously think that there should just be not even like a greatest hits compilation, but just a random fucking compilation of episodes of Raw and SmackDown from the last like 2 years and just shoot that shit into space and hope the aliens find it. And then let that be. I just want, because trying to explain what some of this is to somebody who has no context of pro wrestling, it just doesn't make any goddamn sense.
I was like, okay, this fake king, this Freddie Mercury guy, but like also he's like a MMA guy and he's crazy. And this guy who's bald and sometimes wears shades and used to wear a kilt, looking down at this vegan guy after throwing him through a ladder.
But that's also why that's why it's it feels fun. It's fun because not everyone's gonna. It's not for everybody.
It's weird how normalized that is for us.
and their leader is a character who loved ska for some reason.
Yep.
Ska was relevant in.
And then now wears cadet caps like he's moshing.
Yeah. When did Sami Zayn debut?
Oh, God.
2015?
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott was done.
2016 because it was 2016 because it was Nakamura versus Zayn at TakeOver Dallas, and I watched that at the airport going to go hang out with Brady and Noah.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So that is wrestling's wild. Scott was dead, and Sami Zayn came out as a ska boy.
But to certain people, Scott never went anywhere.
Yeah,
it's still been in the shitter the whole time.
I still listen
never
to
good.
I still listen to Streetlight Manifesto sometimes. Yeah, is that all from SmackDown? Anything
What else
else?
happened on? I'm still mad about Blake pinning Kofi. Otis is in the Money in the Bank match.
Sick.
Has to fucking shock master in the corporate offices. He has to bust through the wall and do some sort of shock master.
He has to fucking do like Kool-Aid
That is why I am excited that he's in that match, because they got themselves a nice little cast of characters, and Otis is for sure the fucking.
I want to see him standing next to Ray.
I would love for them to just fucking What I'm hoping with Otis so badly that we get a fucking one of those. I hope they go fucking all the way, fucking balls to the wall, crazy with this.
I think
you
they
get
are.
that. You get the Scooby Doo thing where like Otis runs into one room, someone's chasing him, he comes out a different door. Someone comes in that door, he comes out a different door. Then Rey Mysterio comes out the first. Yeah.
I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see Rey Mysterio and Otis now because I feel like Otis might surprisingly be the same height as Rey. We just don't know it.
But
I've never seen them stand next to each other.
I'm pretty sure he's as wide as Rey is
Seriously.
tall.
Yeah.
But also, Carmella's in the Money in the Bank now. She beat Mandy Rose when Sonya Deville came and like did the most annoying like thing. So Mandy looked like a big geek. But I will say the beatdown afterwards was sick because like she fucking laid in on her. So that was fine. And then I don't remember what else happened in that show.
Did you see the package they played for the Sonya and Mandy fight that's coming Friday? It was just all these them like, and I was like, this is just the only offense they've ever gotten in WWE.
Ever.
Fucking 6 knees, 3 elbows, and like a slam. That's all they've ever done.
Hell yeah. And then I don't remember. That's all I can remember.
All right, that was SmackDown.
Monday Night Raw.
Wednesdays.
Oh, Monday Night Raw happened.
Yeah,
Well, but the
That's true.
you're Dr. Chronological, boy.
You're right. Okay, let's talk about Wednesday.
Okay.
So Lance Archer and Cody Rhodes are going to be going to the finals for that the TV title.
How do you guys feel about Darby losing to Cody again?
That sounds dumb.
There's like, for me, thinking about the tournament, I understand where it makes sense. I'm hoping Lance Archer takes it. I think it'd be crazy if Cody won that. I mean, stranger things have happened, but like, it's kind of a bummer that it was against Darby because it kind of cements where Darby's ceiling is at the moment.
How many times has like this kind of shit happened to Darby? Because everybody's always like,
Yeah.
it's like everybody's like, oh, he's a star, like he's gonna be the next in line. But like, if you keep losing big matches, like
Yeah.
Right.
you're no longer a star.
Big matches. That's fucking Cody Rhodes right there. That's what I hate about this. Is that like, I don't know, Darby has to lose so Cody can go and lose at the big match again now.
Exactly.
And I feel like the idea behind Darby losing is like, okay, the first loss was a time limit draw, so it wasn't. Second time, Cody got lucky because of Arn. Third time, Cody gets lucky because he does a roll. And it's like, the idea is nice, but I thought the execution was shit too, which really didn't help with it. So what can you do with that? It's like, how long does this Cody Rhodes Darby thing have to go before we get a payoff? Because I feel like you never really get payoffs with Cody Rhodes at this point. He's just a guy that talks a lot of shit. And
it's never a payoff because like it always keeps going, which is like kind of what wrestling really is. But it's like one thing leads to another. Just it's like we don't have a point to stop and just be like, all right, and then we go on.
And if you take stock of like who can take a loss in this, Cody could definitely stand to take more losses than Darby at this point. If they want Darby to be that at that level that they tout him at.
Yeah.
And I think it would have been just fine to go and see fucking Darby Allin versus Lance Archer in the finale for that title. I think that would be a fucking sick match. I don't think
awesome David in the glass match.
Yeah, and I don't think Cody's going to bring the prestige to that match. That's going to really elevate it to anything.
It's not going to make.
It's gonna be fucking. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, I just said it's not going to make Lance Archer look cool. Like, Cody's still Cody. Like, he's good at spectacle. He's not great at wrestling.
He's fine at wrestling.
He's fine.
He's not great.
Yeah. Like, he's not.
Well,
he's
not
made a fucking
point,
Kenny.
He's made a point. And he's made a point to
Neither
be like
Kenny anymore.
He's the office, like he's the boss man. Like he's made that the point from the get-go. And so even as good or bad as he is in the ring, like that is what is sitting over the top of it is like, oh, the boss keeps beating Darby Allin.
Yeah.
So much of his matches are smoke and mirrors almost, to where it's like, I just already see this fucking Lance Archer match. It's going to be Arn and Jake, even if they're allowed to be there on the side, they're both going to take bumps. Brandy's going to take a fucking bump. Cody's going to lose a boot or something for sure. Just like resting on one foot again.
They're both going to bleed.
It's never about the wrestling. It's always like, Exactly, and it's like I'm so sick of these Cody matches because I know exactly what I'm gonna get when I go into them, and it's just a whole lot of bullshit just to like overshadow the fact that they can't really do a wrestling match. I suppose.
Yeah,
And I'm
like-
all for the buffet style of AEW, but I think that
Like, I really loved Cody versus Dustin, but I don't need that. Was like a top 5 lifetime match. I don't need that every time.
Well, and
it's
the
like
thing is,
Triple
is
H only wrestles like once every year now, so it's like you get that one.
and even
So
that,
it's
like a Triple H match, you also know what you're gonna get. But Cody's is a little bit more to that sense of, yeah, like Noah was saying, like it's just this big drawn out ordeal every big Cody match, and it's just like, yeah, it less is more. Like I'm fine with those matches, but I would like to see them once, maybe twice a year.
I wish before every
pay-per-view.
big Cody match, he gets does a really bad life decision. Like last time was a fucking neck tattoo. This next time he comes out with like his eyebrow pierced. And
Yeah.
he just pops his shirt off. He just got both nipples pierced, and everyone's like, "Cody, why
something
are
like
you
that.
doing this?"
Like, dude, you're gonna wrestle with those in?
It's just like I feel
Yeah.
he feels like he has to do all these grand things. Like I gotta get whipped 10 times for real. I gotta fucking dive onto like this stage against Jericho and just ruin my face for my life. And I'm like, he feels like he has to do all these things, and I feel like he just does them because he doesn't have much else to offer, honestly. And that's the truth. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
It's true.
Mhm.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
I love Cody too, and I love what he's done. And so, just like, it's just almost become like a parody.
I want
Yeah.
him to turn heel so bad and just be the bastard he is.
That would be
really bad.
great. Yeah, that would make all of this a lot more tolerable if it was like, and I'm enjoying it, but I think it would make it so much more compelling to have it be like, oh, that dastardly asshole. You know,
Like that
when's
fucking
someone gonna finally get
pompous
to
prick.
him? Yeah.
Yeah.
Since
For
we're
some
talking
reason-
about Cody,
Okay, I was gonna go into the next match.
yeah, my friend Dash tweeted recently, the funniest thing WWE could do is name someone Cody Rhodes and job him out.
Hell yeah. That's like a '90s fucking thing, like in WCW. had
Right?
Randy Hogan.
Anyway,
Okay, so
keep going.
you guys
Continue.
watched the Chuck Taylor, Kip Sabian, like fucking like best friends, Jimmy Havoc, Kip Sabian match?
Yeah,
Where they were just killing each other for
Hell yeah.
no reason.
Because
It's
they
like,
rock.
no crowd. And so like they're doing the shittiest fucking ladder and chair spots for no reason. Fucking Trent took like they set up the ladder in the corner and it's like laid inside the ropes,
Yeah.
And he was up on the top and they swept at his leg. So like he goes flying and I'm gonna show you with my phone like this. So like his shoulders and neck and head just hit the ladder.
Ugh.
Real dumb.
Yeah.
But it was really fun. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it. Like when you kind of look at it,
It's like, what's
in
the
a
point?
different way, you're like, oh, why are you?
Yeah,
doing
I mean,
this?
and on one hand, that's something that I really, not necessarily the fact that they're putting themselves at that kind of risk, especially when you're not even getting like an immediate crowd payoff. But to me, that always it definitely does make it feel like, oh, they're really doing this because they just want us at home to feel as much of the energy that they can bring to this. But it's a bit needless in some of the brutality of it when it's like, no, dude, don't fuck your whole career up for an empty arena match.
Don't do the fucking awful waffle onto a chair to Jimmy Havoc.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the City Bump so much. Those are my favorite things. Like a Matthew Justice chair match is my favorite thing.
Oh no!
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No,
we all know
I feel
what's that fucker's name? Jimmy Lloyd. He's gonna be dead soon.
So I just started watching the GCW pay-per-views from the beginning. So I'm in 2015. Well, I'm actually going to do reviews for Good Match Show. And these guys, 20 fucking years in the past 5. It's insane how young these guys look at 2015 compared to now. CTE is real. It's very scary.
Yeah, Derek and I.
Jimmy Lloyd is like.
Derek and I saw Jimmy
He's
Lloyd.
gonna
Derek and
die
I saw Jimmy Lloyd at that Suburban Fight GCW show.
Oh.
He was wrestling. Dude, that was that tag match. It was fucking badass, dude. That guy.
Yeah.
That was. I mean, it was awesome. It was scary, like in a really
He
fun
was
way.
training with Teddy Hart, so you just know who he fucking pals around with.
Oh shit, dude.
What else? I don't remember anything else in AEW.
Dustin and Lance.
Yeah, Dustin and
Yeah.
Lance was the big thing. Britt Baker, I think I'm really enjoying her fucking I'm an asshole dentist deal. She had a fun like video for it.
It's so much better now that they're giving her depth.
Yeah.
He does those promos with her, and like he could totally play that same kind of character so fucking well. Oh my god.
Yeah, right. It's also I love and I think a true gem of all of this too has been getting Chris Jericho on commentary the last couple weeks, because the way that him and Tony Schiavone just fucking go in at each other, or mostly Chris to Tony, it's fucking so funny.
Hell yeah.
I love it.
Should we move to NXT?
Absolutely, we should.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you have like a rundown of it?
I have my notes that I took.
Ooh.
I think I got
Yeah,
everything.
we don't need to talk about everything.
So it started with
things.
I'm stupid. What's the name of the tournament called? Cruiserweight tournament?
No. Yeah. Interim Cruiserweight Championship tournament.
Yeah. Whatever. Swerve beat Phantasma.
Yeah.
I really like Phantasma. This is the first time I like paid a lot of attention to him wrestling. He rocks.
That's great.
He's really good. I loved his run as King Cuerno. So I'm just a big fan of him, and I like that. Like, I don't know, shit keeps happening as far as like with the callbacks to like the luchadors and the SUV and shit.
Mm-hmm.
He somehow always gets away, like he's always safe. So I love that it's going to lead to, I think, him being like, because right now they're just trying to portray him as like kind of a generic mass baby face.
Yeah.
He's, coming out all fiery and everything. And I think it's going to lead to something real dark and kind of cool. So
Hell yeah.
I hope so.
I'm excited to
I
see what
hope,
goes.
like, I mean, are you insinuating that he's in on it? Because that's what I hope.
Yes.
I heard the
Okay.
rumors actually were that an unmasked Phantasma is going to be the guy that runs the lucha thing, while a masked Phantasma is still wrestling.
If that's the case, I would fucking love it. And then they find out it's the same person.
Exactly. It'd be great.
Be so
Oh,
fucking
fuck yeah.
sick.
Because the thing too is like King Cuerno is like the best like English speaker out of all the guys too, and it's like so then they put him in a fucking mask and have him speak purely Spanish, and it's like he's the guy that they've been waiting for to come around.
I would
So I feel
love
like they're gonna do something with the character.
That would be awesome.
I fucking
Yeah,
hope.
I'm excited
It'd
too with
be-
this tournament because I don't know who's gonna take Group B now as well, because
Right.
I thought Phantasma might go 3-0 is debuting, so anyone can really take that block, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. I'm really excited for all this.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
We had Candace versus Casey Cantazaro. Candace has spooky music now.
I fucking love this whole gimmick.
Yeah.
Johnny is such like a fucking dorky little shit.
It
works so well.
I am so glad that Johnny came out with her and Johnny is supporting her in her matches, and it's not like what it was before, where it was just her coming out to him.
From Riverside, California, but now in Cleveland, Ohio. This is Ray. My wife. She's the best wrestler in the world.
I love how they gave her the Super Dragon Foot Stomp is her finisher, and I love the fucking name too of the Wicked Stepsister.
It's sick.
Awesome.
It's sick. My note says
Also, having Morrow back fucking feels so good.
Yep. My note says I like Candace slams. She laid in on Casey a couple times.
My hope
yeah.
is that since they're having Killer Cross and Scarlett debut this week, that there's going to be like two top evil couples on NXT. So what I'm hoping is that, Scarlett and Cross are both like chaotic, pure fucking evil, and Johnny and Candice are kind of like, hey, it's fun to be bad.
Yeah, right.
They're kind of
I'm bad now.
They're kind of like, oh fuck, if these people kill people, maybe we shouldn't be doing this. And they kind of have this realization or something. I think it'll be really fun to have a contrast between.
Yeah, that could be a blast. And in the ring, that would be a fucking incredible time too.
I love that Candace is like leaning into it really well too, because she like Johnny is doing a great job, and
Yes.
he feels like this little shit nerd, and I
Mhm.
love it because it's a really good character for him. Because I think that's just him, except like not as much of a little shit. Like Candace actually seems like a bit like, fucking actual danger, especially like with that fucking Super Dragon finish, like the way she was just laying it and everything. Like she actually seems like a badass, and Johnny's just like a little dorky hype man.
Hell yeah.
Who's also a shit.
Yeah,
so
that's what he
Isn't
is.
Johnny Gargano's new gimmick is just Leo.
Candace.
Hey, give him the spread, big man. And then we see Bobby Lashley's ass.
No.
Give him the
That was-
spread.
Give him the spread, big man.
Dude, again, how do you explain some of this stuff?
Well, here's something that would be easy to explain to somebody. The Newly Bro Show.
I fucking loved
was-
every minute of this show.
I loved it. I don't know, everyone hated it so much. And I was just like, God
People are
damn, y'all
wrong.
don't like fun.
It
Yeah.
was
It was so much fun. It was
It was-
carried by Matt Riddle. So good.
Byron did very good. Byron knew his role.
Yeah.
Byron like played into it. This is the first time I've been like, all right, Byron, maybe you kind of rock.
He knows his place because that's his character.
Yeah.
You know what'd be fun? Like a sketch comedy show on the fucking network with the actual wrestlers, like Dolph Ziggler, because he does improv, put fucking Byron on there, so we actually have something to watch besides old pay-per-views on the network. That'd be
Yeah.
fun.
Have you
was
ever
really
watched
fun.
Swerve?
Wasn't that the Edge and Christian show?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
shit.
loved it. I
Damn.
fucking loved that. It was so
We
dumb.
already have it.
But
That
yeah.
show sucked, but I loved it.
So the Newly Bro Show, for those of you listening who don't watch wrestling, was the Newlywed Show, but with a man who likes to smoke pot and have a good time, and a guy that would beat you up in a back alley. If you did for a legitimate reason, he wouldn't just fight you for no reason. I don't think.
Also,
Maybe.
kind of seems like he likes to smoke pot and have a good time.
He's chill. One of the lines I wrote down that he said was, "I don't need Netflix to chill." That was pretty funny. I love Timothy Thatcher so much that I almost spent $30 on one of his old shirts because I didn't
Fuck yeah.
before WWE took a hold of it. I still might. I just am trying to get rid of T-shirts and not buy new ones. But we'll see. We'll see.
I love it because, like, one of the best things about Matt Riddle is that, like, he's this giant fucking stoned out bro. But,
Mhm.
like, he's a legitimate fighter.
He could
And
kill
so
you.
it's like, he could kill
You
you.
could break
And then
your
you
fucking
had,
jaw in 3 places with one goddamn punch.
and so I'm really excited for Imperium to come and
Oh,
fight them. It gives more time for fucking Malcolm Bivens and his boys to fucking season up, get ready for an eventual clash, you
To
know?
learn how to wrestle, you mean? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm being nice about it, saying season up.
After that, we had Mia versus Charlotte. I thought this match was fine.
Yeah, no,
It-
it was good. I
We all
mean,
knew the ending, so it's just like
Yeah.
I wasn't invested in it.
Yeah.
And also, I think also like everybody else watching decided to watch. That was during the Best Friends versus Jimmy Havoc and Kip Sabian match, and that was the biggest losing segment on NXT. It's because you know the ending.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
it was still fun. It was a good. It's always nice to watch any sort of match with two people who can go that has a bit of time on it. But it would have. That's one of the matches that would have been really, really elevated by having an audience there. But I think what Charlotte's doing with that NXT title is pretty cool. She had a match on Raw with Liv, not for the title, but like I think she's doing a good so far, being in a good spot to showcase talent that is there. And Liv is getting a lot better.
Yeah.
Charlotte's like fucking like character. I don't.
Right.
Like, it's just
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like.
But she's still, yeah,
I'm the
it's a
queen.
bit stale. But it's also like she does have, I mean, she has that name, And she does have the prestige of having so many
Yeah.
titles.
And whoever takes the title off of her is going to be made. I mean, probably Rhea, but I like that they're kind of doing this John Cena U.S. title situation where she's just fighting everyone and anyone. It's cool. The matches are good.
Yeah. We got her versus Io next week, which I'm stoked about.
They got a fucking takeover ass next week or tomorrow.
Yeah, it's tomorrow as of when we're recording this. Probably.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know when. Whatever. But
Fuck you.
Yeah,
We don't know shit.
Great. Yeah, whenever you're listening / watching,
Shit.
Probably get like Kushida versus Jake Atlas tomorrow or something like that as well. So it'll be some really cool matches.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I said, ooh.
After Mia versus Charlotte, we had Dexter Lumis versus Shane Thorne.
I didn't see it. Hulu decided I didn't need to see that.
Yeah, it was what it was. Like, people really kind of pushing Dexter Lumis. He had size. He's like decent enough in the ring.
He has a character.
Sounds like Stranger Things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a fan, dude. I like Dexter Lumis. I'm hooked. I think it's cool.
Yeah, no, it was cool. And then what was after that?
Tony Nese versus Drake Maverick.
Was that the main ski after this? No, Drake Maverick versus Tony Nese.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Oh,
Tony,
I think
Tony
Drake Maverick is doing fucking great.
And Tony Nese had some character here. He was being
the
real mean.
most character we've seen out of him ever. And even that, like, he was being a fucking asshole. Like, oh, what are you gonna cry, Drake? You're gonna cry? People love it when you cry, Drake. It's like, damn, Tony, fuck. Drake.
Like, one of the things that I fucking love, because this is setting up for the eventual fucking finals of the block, is Drake Maverick won, but he hurt his arm. And the fucking hoverboard lock, fucking finish of Kushida. So it's just gonna play into it so well. He's going into it with, like, he has to do this to fucking win. Like, to keep his job. And he's against one of the top people in the fucking company, one of the people that's like, this tournament, like, everybody's expecting to win, and his finish is a fucking arm submission. So it's gotta be fucking, like, the story is just set. They set the table for this perfect.
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool.
They better bring out a good fucking meal.
Do you think there's a chance they'll hire him back?
Yes.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think wherever it's a great story. I love a fucking good underdog story, and this one is fresh, ripe fruit. I love it. But I don't think he's gonna win the tournament, but I feel like either he's gonna end up again on WWE, or he will be all right, like he'll land somewhere that he's got a good enough, not necessarily name recognition, because he's not going to take that with him, but people know who he is, and he's got a good story. Yeah.
Nello disappeared, so we would allow him to talk, but he disappeared. I think he was having some difficulties. Technically,
I think he was having some back end. Yeah.
But we'll just continue.
What was
Keith Lee versus Damian Priest was the big boy.
Through. Oh yeah, that was the big.
It was
boy,
okay.
wasn't it?
I honestly, I mean, I liked it, but I don't know. Damian Priest honestly doesn't do it for me that much.
It's like one of those like he's fine. He's good at what he does. Like, he's a good wrestler.
And
he's a character. He leans into it, but I'm just like,
Yeah.
And, like, no shade to Keith Lee, but he's a guy I want to watch against certain people. I don't care when it's someone I don't care about. Like,
and to me, I agree with that. And to me, his gimmick, and I love him. He's wonderful, but he thrives on being in a room full of people saying, "I am the limitless one. Like, bask in my glory." It has a little bit different of an impact when he's just saying it to the ref and Damian Priest. You know?
Yeah, it loses a bit of its luster.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Monday Night Raw yesterday. We record on Tuesdays, guys. Haha.
I thought that the first segment, the VIP lounge, was really weird.
Yeah.
Asuka is great. She's so good.
It looked like there was a moment, and it's just maybe nitpicky, but Shayna said that line in Latin, which I think means I speak with my actions or whatever, because that's what she went on to explain. But then it almost felt like for a minute she forgot what it meant, because like she said it, she put her mic down, and then it was just this kind of awkward, quiet moment, and she's like, well, let me explain it to you. And then
I think somebody missed their line.
maybe it felt like there was something weird happen.
Yeah,
and it was also weird because
like interject.
Yeah, and MVP sort of got the chuckles right there near the end of it, which felt a little odd for the segment, but he was having a good time.
Brush up on my Latin.
Yeah. Well, and then like he was like separating him. He's like, oh, okay, all right. It's like, man,
it's just like it was so corny the way like Nia went through the table too.
It really
like,
was.
It was like, yeah, it just wasn't a good seg at all.
Yeah, yeah.
So Asuka. Asuka's fantastic.
For sure.
Yeah, Asuka rocks. What else happened before I just chime in?
The big thing is the gauntlet match. The gauntlet
Okay.
match to replace Apollo Crews. To me was the big thing. Murphy versus
that match did more for fucking
Humberto,
Bobby
dude.
Lashley than.
Oh yeah.
Also, Bobby Lashley just like had a great showing. That's the best thing that they've done with him since he returned.
He really did. He looked vicious. Lana wasn't there. It was cool.
It was just like him as like the badass fucking fighter he's faster, he's stronger, he's better. Just like, oh fuck.
And then, dude, Humberto fucking taking out both Garza and Austin Theory after getting beat down by Lashley, who got disqualified for just being too brutal and fucking pushing the ref. That like he looked like $1 million. I thought that gauntlet match did quite a bit for a lot of people, and it was super exciting to see the return of the
Uncle Alan,
the old Phenom.
Yeah, he's back. Was he different at all?
He literally said into the mic, he's like, yeah, I got something to the effect of like, I got buried in a bunch of dirt, but that was then and this is now, and I'm back. And it's just like we're just gonna move past it. Not it's no longer canon to his current character.
I'm sure he didn't, but did he mention Luke or Carl at all?
Nope.
Okay,
No.
I didn't think so.
But he was wearing OC stuff, which was funny.
Of course, he'll do anything to try to keep their name alive, I guess. Or that's just his only shirt right now. So
just to hold you in my arms.
AJ ends up winning. I've heard a lot of weird theories that like Money in the Bank has been filmed since the middle of April. So that
I know they've done some filming of it, so who knows? Maybe
they knew, because a lot of people were speculating that AJ was coming back early, but like they knew that he was going to be in Money in the Bank.
Yeah, well, him coming back at Money in the Bank was like that's him coming back early because he was just going to take some time off.
Yeah. And then also the whole Roman thing. Apparently, they took Roman off of a bunch of shit.
It was just like off of like
promotional stuff.
Package.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a clip package.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
I just think that they're just trying to. I don't think people think this is more probably like contempt and that they're pissed. I think it's more so since he's not going to be there, they don't want you to promote him at all. Like there's like we got to get him out of your minds because he's not going to show up. He's not here.
Yeah.
The weird thing was when apparently they showed a clip from the top like best cash-ins, and Seth Rollins was one, and they edited Roman out of that completely.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It does look. I mean, on paper, it looks a little bit like Vince is being a little petty butthole, and that's not past him by any means. But I have to imagine whenever Roman Reigns pops back up, he's not starting from the bottom.
Yeah.
I think he's still in their pretty good graces.
Yeah.
You'd hope. I don't know.
Well, should we run down the Money in the Bank card?
Let's just run down that bad boy. Actually, you know what we should do? I think we should quickly discuss the 2 or matches or so for tomorrow's NXT.
Okay.
That is a takeover level looking card as far as having 2 big matches.
Okay.
And then we gotta run down that Money in the Bank.
Oh yeah.
But we're getting Velveteen Dream versus Adam Cole. When you're listening or watching this, you'll know how it ends. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Dream's losing.
I feel like that.
I don't see a world where he wins.
And I kind of feel, yeah.
With everything with the goings on with Velveteen Dream, especially now.
Yes.
You know what? Which doesn't bum me out because I fucking love Adam Cole. Like, he is...
Oh, he's the best.
He is the worst heel because I love him so fucking much.
He's a cool heel, man. He can't get away from it. He can't stop being so damn cool.
Yeah, he's just...
Handsome.
He's so handsome and so cool. And I would love it if he had the belt forever. No.
Yeah.
When he loses it, it'll be big. Dream isn't that big. Big would be
like I say,
he's maybe. Or someone new, some up-and-comer.
Killer Cross.
Yeah. Scary. The only way you can beat Adam Cole is by being scary.
You gotta counteract his coolness with your spookiness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Io Shirai versus Charlotte Flair for the title.
So imagine this. So you're playing the video game on the Nintendo 64 called GoldenEye. And you know how you can choose that one mode, slappers only? Moonsault's only match. Moonsault only match. It's not logical at all.
I mean, it would require. I like it in theory. I like the idea of like a moonsault.
I don't like it in theory.
I think it's fun. Like, it'd be a fun like offshoot mode on like a fucking SmackDown versus Raw 2008 or something. But like I think it's not a bad idea to do like a table match, but instead of, whoever goes to the table, it's like first person to land a moonsault. That could be. But more than that, I'm just excited for them to really just fucking rip at each other. Go at it.
Yeah.
I know he was gonna lose, and I don't want to see it.
Who knows?
Honestly, I have a little bit of suspicion that she might take it, only because it's so clear and obvious that Adam Cole is gonna win. Now,
yeah.
You listen to this right now. In the future, we could be fucking wrong. I don't know.
If they do swerve me, I will flip. Like,
he's so happy. I'll be so happy.
You'll do a moonsault?
Yeah, moonsault off the couch.
I want to exist. I don't think I would exist after I did a moonsault.
Take the cushions off the couch, stack them on the ground, and then just backflip onto those. Don't break your neck.
I would land out directly on my neck. I wouldn't be able to flip. I'm not
do the sideways Vader.
I don't.
Yeah. Instead of following your nose back, you follow your shoulder back.
Oh,
like,
maybe
just do like a little flying cartwheel.
Yeah, no.
Because that's what Vader's used to look.
Plus, you'll be caught up.
Could you do a backflip on a trampoline?
No.
I have to bounce on my back first.
I could do a front flip, but I couldn't do like a gainer.
Derek, I see a cat behind you.
Lil.
Matt, you had to hit your back and then back up.
I love that.
That's how you had to do it, Matt?
Yeah, I had to like land on I had to take a little back bump ski and then flip back up onto my legs. I couldn't go from feet to feet.
I had a pretty good little moonsault back in the day.
Dude, I love trampolines. As an adult, I haven't stepped foot on one, but
I did like a shooter a few times. That scared the shit out of me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Because like I feel like I like one time like landed like super high up like on my shoulders.
yeah. Like for sure. I think physically I could have done it. I just mentally, I think I psyched myself out every time.
And then I did one 450 once, and that scared the shit out of me too.
Yeah.
I was really good at bouncing people so that they
That's
would go
nice.
like
That is
extra
true.
high.
That's a skill because I was terrible at bouncing people.
Figured it out and I got good at it.
I used to love doing swantons though. Like you wait till the last,
For
the last
sure.
second to turn it, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I love that.
Hi, Abby.
And then I don't know. I honestly don't know what other matches are on NXT.
I think those might be the only two they announced. Apparently Killer Cross is debuting.
Yeah.
Oh
Killer
yeah,
Cross. And,
that'll be fun.
Dominic Dijakovic versus Johnny Gargano.
Weird.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. I'm really intrigued by that match.
Especially because like Gargano's the heel, and usually the heel's the one that like gets the heat. But
Yeah.
it's gonna be hard to do that when the guy getting the heat would be fucking 6'7".
Yeah. Yeah. Let's run down Money in the Bank real quick. On Sunday,
Fucking hell yeah, let's do that.
it's a Sunday is Money in the Bank. It's also the same night as The Last Dance, which is my new favorite documentary. And
The Bulls?
yeah, about the Chicago Bulls.
Goddamn Bulls.
It's real interesting. It's real good. It's really well done.
Holes.
But yeah,
Well,
so
Derek, which one are you gonna watch, huh?
wrestling, I can watch The Last Dance on demand. So I will watch Money in the Bank. I will watch Die Hard in a Bank.
Romance tonight.
All right, so this is just Wikipedia's order. It's probably out of order. I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna read it.
So you've been real slowly working on that Baja Blast. Oh. Yeah, let's just shoot down that bad boy. Shoot that daddy
Yeah.
down.
We got fatal four-way tag match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. The New Day versus The Miz and John Morrison versus the Forgotten Sons, who do not have a Wikipedia entry, versus Lucha House Party, who also don't have a Wikipedia entry. Are the Forgotten Sons going to take it?
Shame.
No.
Okay, good.
I don't feel confident. Well, they stood tall, right? So you do the math, you think they're not going to win. But I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't hope they put it on the New Day then, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I could see it going to Miz and Morrison as well, but to me, that's just a fucking dead fish floating in the water. I don't care about it.
Yeah, I don't care about them either.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre.
I like Miz and Morrison together, but they don't need the titles.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins for the WWE Championship.
I'm pretty
definitely Drew.
Yeah, 100%. They're not taking it off him
for
yet.
sure. But I'm stoked on it. I'm loving where Seth is at the moment. The whole I'm gonna fight you for this title, not because I want it, but because this is what I have to do. Like it's just I love his psychotic we're all on a path, and this one is just where I need to be right now.
He's getting this character down a lot more, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he's
I'm
pretty
for it.
fucking menacing.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. Next we got Bailey versus Tamina.
Bailey wins.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. That sucks. But hopefully
Matt.
Bailey wins, please.
Matt,
I didn't
being
know
so
that.
negative.
I didn't. There's only so much. There's only so much that you can take, Cool. I think Bailey will win. Are some of these matches going to be in the ring? Are they all taking place at the facility?
No, some of them are in the ring, yes. The only Money in the Bank's the only one happening at the corporate office.
Boring, dude. I wish it was in the
Hopefully-
park. I wish it was a park. I wish it was a parking lot. Set up a ring in the parking lot.
I hope this one's not in the ring. Braun Strowman versus Bray Wyatt.
This one's going to be in the ring because it's not against the Fiend; it's against Bray Wyatt. And
Okay.
Against Firefly's Bray, which
they've made a
immediately I don't
very
give a
good point
fuck about.
Okay.
of saying this. They have not mentioned the Fiend once. In every other Fiend match, they always say
Okay.
it's against the Fiend. The Fiend. The Fiend.
So the Fiend hasn't like shown up to scare Bray or anything?
Nope.
Sick.
It's
Okay.
just been Funhouse.
No, because
Okay.
they're visiting like their Wyatt family past.
Okay.
But it's just one of those things where I think it's the right opponent for Braun. I think it's obviously the most predictable outcome of it all.
Yeah.
But I guess you gotta fill the card. Brother's got to get a paycheck.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I honestly hope they keep it on Braun, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's the
Yeah.
best way to go.
Because
He's it would be
Giving-
such a fucking shitty thing to do.
Bray
to
shouldn't
take
have
off
it.
of him right now.
especially after that Cena
Bray doesn't
match.
need it. And if Bray, not Fiend, but Bray Wyatt beats Braun, it's just why?
Well, I
Why?
figured he would win with Fiend interference.
They
Something
should
like
give
that.
it to Jeff Harvey.
Jeff Harvey? Steve Harvey?
Yeah. Jeff
Um,
Harvey.
All right. The Money in the Bank ladder match. The dude won. We got Daniel Bryan versus Rey Mysterio versus Aleister Black versus King Corbin versus Otis versus AJ Styles.
I love that there's in wrestling just a guy named Otis.
Otis. I think they honestly have such a good fucking cast of characters for this zany ass fucking match.
Yeah.
I think I can't wait for it. I'm
As
so
a
excited to see
reminder
what they
to
do.
everyone, they have to climb the tower in Connecticut to the roof, from the ground to the roof of a giant
Where there's a
building.
ladder. Yeah, there's a ladder on the roof. Suspended above that ladder is the Money in the Bank briefcase.
And did AJ threaten to throw someone over the roof?
He said he was going to throw them.
Yes, he did.
He said he will do anything it takes to get that briefcase, even if that means having to throw Baron Corbin off of the roof.
Yo, what if? Not like real.
Oh,
But like,
well, like how Big Show got
Yeah,
thrown
they
off
killed
that.
the Big Show
Like
once.
how they threw Big Show
Oh
off that
no,
building.
brother! And then he just walks back out in the main event while a fucking mummy that is called the Yeti is fucking humping Hulk Hogan.
Try to explain it. You know?
I want the exact thing to happen with Baron Corbin, honestly.
Who do you guys
Like
think's
it
taking
too.
it? I think Aleister Black's taking it.
I would. Oh man, that'd be cool. But
Alistair's-
I kind of feel like AJ Styles.
I think AJ is taking it. Alistair's who I want the most.
I don't think
I
AJ doesn't need it. Whereas like you can do AJ versus Drew next.
Yeah, but like you
Whereas-
could do Alistair at Mania against Drew. I'm guessing,
But
or not
it's
Mania,
easier to
but
it's easier to get to that point when he has something
yeah,
like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Right now they're both baby faces, and so you don't want to cross that because then
Yeah,
somebody has to
that's
be
true.
the heel.
that's
Whereas
true.
AJ Styles could easily go and be like, "I'm freaking here, man. I'm back."
Yeah, my whole thing is like I can't picture Aleister Black like toting around this briefcase of like when am I gonna strike?
If anything, no, that's that's what could happen. It's like now I'm the one that gets to pick fights.
he would customize
Yeah.
it.
I mean, I guess that is kind of built in. I would hope they customize it, put fucking little corny ass like spikes and shit on it,
Yeah.
make it look like it's made out of like human flesh.
Hell yeah.
Like there's like just like always random smoke just kind of coming
Yeah.
up the side of it.
Totally. I mean, I could be into that.
Yeah.
I would love it. I think Aleister Black would be my favorite to win for sure. Like I would be stoked if he won. I'm not convinced he would, but I hope I'm wrong. And then who's in that? Who's in the other one?
We got Asuka. We got Shayna Baszler. We got Nia Jax. We got Dana Brooke. We got Lacey Evans. We got Carmella. I don't want to be rude, but two of these are leaps and bounds better than the others.
Yeah.
It's either going to be Oscar or Shayna. It has to be.
I feel like
Honestly,
Shayna. Yeah.
I thought Shayna was locked in, but they're using Asuka a lot, and Asuka's having a good good showing.
And it can
That's
be an
true.
easy way to get the title off of Becky.
Yeah. Yeah.
They need to do something different with Becky.
Yeah. And honestly, if Asuka wins, Asuka takes it, and then it's Shayna Asuka again, that would rock.
That would be cool. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like Shayna, I could see definitely being very menacing with that briefcase.
Oh yeah.
But Asuka would be like, it would be the same
wild card.
The same kind of energy that Brock had when he had it, where he's like dancing with it and he's just having a good time holding the briefcase. Asuka would bring that same energy, but it would be probably much more fun to watch.
Yeah.
And I liked watching Brock with his little briefcase, but I think Asuka would
he was out of his mind.
I think she would just have a fucking blast with that thing. Either way, if either of them win, I'm pretty stoked to see where that comes in. But,
yeah.
Or Dana Brooke wins.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to count anyone out. You know, we might see Nia Jax. I could see Nia Jax winning that match. Not that I want it.
I fucking hope not.
I don't want it.
Hate my life.
But I could see it.
No, please.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Well, that's everything for Money in the Bank.
We talked about a lot more stuff than I thought we were going to be. We found more stuff to mine.
I know. I am bummed that Nello disappeared.
I am also bummed. I hope he's okay. I hope it wasn't a serial killer cutting the connection in the house kind of situation. You always worry about
his
them.
internet just dropped out completely.
Oh shit. We'll just have to have
because did someone cut the cord? Is he all right?
Somebody cut. It was a SmackDown hacker.
Oh, dude, he got hacked.
We'll just have to have Nello back on.
Absolutely.
All right, let's bust out some questions from Blurk.
We have 3.
Yeah, I got them.
Okay, perfect. I did tag you. You're right.
I know. I thought you tagged me in something like from Dane Cook or something. So I looked during the podcast so I could be mad at you on the show.
Not this time.
Should I buy a Mariners jersey for my birthday? If so, which one? I'm going to say yes, Ichiro.
That's 100% what I would say as well. Or Ken Griffey Jr.
Ken Griffey Jr. is the one.
But yes, of course, buy yourself a jersey. If it's a team you like, if it's a good time. I assume you asked that question to get the input of Esai and Zack and not Derek and myself, who don't know anything about that.
Hey,
Ken Griffey Jr. is best baseball player.
But I love Ken Griffey Jr.
I watched that thing, the Dorktown. I watched all of them so far. I'm all caught up. Ichiro, he rocks.
Ichiro also rocks.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm a wild card.
Dude.
Edgar Martinez.
He's my tied for second favorite Mariner of all time. So.
Okay. This is a question specifically for me. I'm guessing anyone can chime in. Who would win in a fight, Vin Diesel or Keanu? I'm assuming he means Keanu Reeves. Contractually obligated, Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel in his contract states that he cannot lose a fight.
Like in the wild? Out in the wild, can't lose a fight?
No, that's why him and The Rock have so much beef.
Because neither of them can lose a fight in real life.
However,
that doesn't work for my character, brother. It's such a wrestling thing.
It is seriously a fucking gimmick, dude.
Me reason just doesn't work for my character.
However, Keanu Reeves is actually trained in martial arts.
I think Keanu Reeves would, in a shoot fight, because Vin Diesel's got vanity muscles and they look beautiful, but Keanu Reeves is like, he's already in your fucking head. He's already in there. And he's fucking trained.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Win. Vin Diesel, I'm sorry. Vin Diesel would kick my ass. I'm not saying Vin Diesel's a fucking chump, but Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. And what is the best breakfast item?
Well, this is tough. So,
yeah, it depends. Huh?
Just are you just talking like just an item, like one little piece?
One item.
Bacon.
Oof.
followed up very closely by hash browns.
Yeah, I was like, hash browns. Hash browns sits high on my list.
Yeah. I'm gonna say cheesy hash browns.
That's the thing. Can we?
No, see,
But that's two things, right? Or is
That's
that one
true.
thing?
Yeah.
Cheesy. Because like my hash browns, I mean, of course you got salt on them, you got hot sauce on them.
Yeah.
But but hash browns, I just want them there. Other than that, I gotta say eggs. I think eggs. I think breakfast.
I think breakfast potatoes of any sort is mine.
Yeah.
They're so good, dude.
If you've ever been to Eggman and Earl, it's over here in Southeast Boise. They have the best, like, called them like the hangover hash browns. It's like this cheesy fucking mess. It's the best.
Ooh, man, I fucked that up. I gotta check that out. Eggman and Earl.
Yeah.
That sounds fun as hell. I'll go there.
Is it like My Name is Earl?
Yeah. It is. Exactly it.
And then Blurg said, I can't think of any other question. Here's a TikTok.
Cringe. Wait a minute. You want to have sex? We're not even married yet. Cringe.
There it is. Oh, there you go to the switch foot. Hell yeah.
That rocks. That rocks. All right. Let's wrap this baby up.
Yeah.
Real quick, what was Nello's movie again?
Phantom Mary.
Phantom Mary. Check it out wherever you can.
You can find Nello on Instagram at I need to chill, and you can find all the movies and projects at the link in his bio. Also, his production company is called An After Party, so look it up. And then also Good Match Shows, a podcast him and I do, and he is starting the GCW Rewind this week, and it's calling it the Blossoming Bloody Bastards. So
Hell yeah.
Sick.
Hell yeah. Huge
Sick.
thank you to Nello for joining our show. Sorry that Parts Unknown, you got sucked into the vortex of Parts Unknown, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But we will have you back.
Yeah. Anything else you guys want to say?
I just want to put it out there for everybody, where we live in Idaho, where we're at, there are certain places that are starting to lift some of these restrictions. Just please, good Lord, don't be a fucking dumbass. Honestly, still fucking maintain social distancing.
Yes.
Take care of yourself. Take care of the people around you. Be cautious and be courteous. Just because we're celebrating fun days like Cinco de Mayo, do it over Zoom like we're doing currently.
Don't be a fucking edgelord that's gonna be like, I don't need to wear a fucking mask.
Seriously.
Fuck you.
There's people out there
Be
who are
safe.
still very, very vulnerable. This virus hasn't gone anywhere. Just still be cautious, be courteous. Don't be a fucking
Arbitrary
prick.
dates are just that, arbitrary fucking dates.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Keep your eyes on the science. Take
Yeah.
money out of Jeff Bezos' pocket. And
Yes.
fucking educate yourself.
Yes.
And not by watching fucking YouTube videos of a guy in a fucking Halloween costume of a doctor saying that he knows the real shit. Because come on.
Yeah.
No.
Check.
If Alex Jones understands that we're in the midst of a global pandemic, so should you.
Yeah.
If
Exactly.
ICP fucking understands it, so should you.
ICP is pretty smart. I'm on their side on a lot.
They
of
don't
things
even know
these
how
days.
magnets work.
Yeah, but they know how diseases work.
Yeah, man. I'm not gonna lie. If you while you're still social distancing, there is plenty of fucking information on juggalos out there, and get yourself lost in a fucking YouTube hole.
Oh yeah,
It is worth a visit.
I watched a Vice documentary about feminism in the Juggalo community. It was wild.
I watched that same thing. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
But
Let's
just
wrap.
be careful out there, y'all.
Yeah,
And don't
be
be a
safe.
fucking dick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
be nice to the ones around you. As they would say on We Do Keanu, be excellent to each other.
This isn't just about us. Don't be selfish.
Exactly.
This is about
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
And no, they're not trying to take your rights because you can't go to fucking Applebee's. Y'all motherfuckers don't know what real oppression is. Shut the fuck up.
100%.
True. All right. Thank you everyone for listening. Rusev Day is dead forever. And Wrestleboys 316 says, we ain't got no place to go, so let's go to the wrestling show.
No.
Hell yeah.
that
Uh.
is the show.